Hello, it is Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Thursday crossword today, so we're going to be solving what could be a bit of a tricky puzzle with an intricate or unusual theme. That's often what happens on Thursday. And today's intricate edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Brett Sandman, Lunar Society champion, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Patchett. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. It's their generous support, of course, that sustains this channel and keeps it going day in, day out, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much to those four. And thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link underneath the video where you'll find bonus videos available to patrons, all sorts of things going up there recently, and more to come soon. And, of course, there's also the Daily Solve official Let's Check the Crosses mug for benefactors like the four I've mentioned. Thank you so much to everybody who supports the channel at any level. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Amy Lucido, who's constructed more than a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It's a Thursday-themed crossword, and we'll have some kind of interesting theme. We can see a few circled cells, find out what those are about soon enough. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Okay, just 3 circled cells. Areas of development. Plots or sites, maybe, like development of property and buildings. Should we informally? Should we informally? Don't know. AL East athlete. Yeah, don't know. Money maker. So it could be areas or plots. No, it's not areas because that was in the clue. Plots or sites, I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know. Peninsula south of California, colloquially. Baja? It's an affront. Oof, okay, I don't have anything yet at all. Helvetica-like typeface. I mean, I think some people would quibble with this, but Arial, I think, is what it's going for. They're both kind of standard sans serif typefaces, but I think many would agree Helvetica considerably more elegant and Arial a poor substitute. Should we informally? I don't know. I just can't see that. It's an affront. A slap? A slap in the face is sort of an affront. Areas, I mean, that works with areas of development being plural. Could we try sites, like building sites? Should we informally? I don't know. This doesn't look great. What about plots? That looks worse with this LR. Okay, I don't know. Stealthiest of stealthy warriors. Ninja something? Should we informally? Wanna? There we go. That helped. AL least athlete. Oh, Oriole? Baltimore Orioles, maybe? That feels plausible. Areas of development. Works? Why can I not see what that is? Moneymaker. I don't know. Reporters often carry them. Notepads. Call Her Daddy podcast host Cooper. I've heard of this podcast, but I don't know it, so I'm not sure who this is. Activist Brockovich, Aaron Brockovich. Moneymaker. Oh, minter? Like minting money? That's in that sense? Areas of development, wombs, areas of human, fetal development. Okay. Right. This looks, I don't know what the colloquial term for this is. Let's see. Call her daddy. Oh, Alex, maybe? Oh, is it Bahexico? I actually haven't heard that portmanteau, if that's correct. Let's see. Location that requires tickets for checking out but not checking in. Tickets, I'm not sure. 1887 drama on which a Puccini opera is based. I don't know. This might make sense once I see it, but I don't have a guess right now. Didn't mean to offend you. Know something? Blank Nicholas, remotest of California's Channel Islands. Whoa. From California. I'm not even. I mean, San sounds likely. Very, very common prefix for things in California, but I don't even know California's Channel Islands. Okay, stealthiest of stealthy warriors. Ninja. I don't know. Words of denial. Not I. One up. To outdo someone is to one up them. Punch in the stomach sounds. Oofs, that makes sense. Button to hit after accidentally deleting an entire manuscript. Undo would be what you'd hopefully press quickly. Prez on a U.S. coin. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and that's been selected here. Prez 2 decades after. 8 down. 2 decades after. JFK or LBJ? 1887 drama on which a Puccini. Right, okay, we'll come back to that. Composers' Rights Organization. Composers' Rights. It's not ASCAP. What's the other one? I use ASCAP, but there's another one. Is it BMI or something like that? Okay, maybe LBJ. I think it might be. I'm not 100% certain of that. I'll answer all your questions session online. Ask me anything in AMA. There we go. Okay, I think this might be right. Yeah, there are two in the United States anyway. There are more of these, worldwide, but there are two major rights organizations that sort of track and pay out royalties to composers and songwriters, and one of them is ASCAP, and I think the other one is BMI. Site of a huge annual crowd. I don't know, that's pretty vague. La Tosca? Let's see. Czar of NBC's The Blacklist. Never seen this either. Site of a huge annual crowd. Right, okay. Didn't mean to offend you. Locale, yeah, okay. We'll come back to all these. Worst possible Amazon rating is 1 star. Okay, I just need to find the things that are low-hanging fruit here. Classic Camaros. Oh, yeah, I've encountered this before. IROCs. This is something like International Racing. I don't even remember. This is a sort of brand applied to certain Camaros that I think were kind of tuned up or something. I'm not 100% sure exactly, but I believe this is the correct answer. Certain Chevrolet Camaros, IROCs. Slugger Sammy Sosa, baseball player. Oh, stealthiest of stealthy warrior, Ninja Masters. Oh, right. Sorry. Okay, this is Jam. Okay, because it's Baja, Mexico. I was thinking I've never heard Bajexico. That sounds very weird to me. And I guess I just sort of got lucky/unlucky that Ninja Masters had an A where the J would go, so it didn't contradict my assumption. So Ninja Masters and Baja, Mexico. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. And if you're wondering what I've done by putting several letters in the grid, there is this rebus function. If you press escape on a computer keyboard, but there's a dedicated button for it on the phone, and there's also actually a button for it here on the browser, you can type in many letters in a single cell. And we're not going to type in that many. We're just going to type in jam, because that will solve the puzzle today. And I don't know if it'll be the same down here or if it'll be something else, but up here, it definitely seems to be jam. And that all makes much more sense to me now. And what was this one again? Yeah, star of NBC's The Blacklist, right? I don't know. Okay. Oh, could it be James Spader? Is he in that? That sounds sort of familiar, and we could put mess, and the reason I think that might be right is because you could be in a jam or in a mess or in a fix. I wonder if this is going to be something like that. Things open before passengers exit an aircraft. Things opened before exit doors or airlocks or something, or things opened. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll come back to that. But anyway, this would be James Spader, and then sight of a huge annual crowd. Oh, Times Square during the New Year's Eve celebration in New York with the ball drop. That's Times Square, which is a huge crowd. Which hosts a huge crowd. Done in geometry class, QED. So there's you've proven something mathematically. You say quad erat demonstrandum. It's you've proven it. Didn't mean to offend you. No shade. Ah, right, there we go. Sort of a modern expression. Locale that requires tickets for checking out but not checking in. Oh, coat room. Right, you need a ticket to check your coat back out, but you don't need a ticket to check it in. They give you one. Part of USMA, part of U.S. Marine Academy. There we go. Yeah, this is La Tosca. Okay, that's what I thought. 1886. So the opera just called Tosca. Okay. Accounts. Tales, I guess, stories. Difference between a B and a C, perhaps. A half step, right? So this is in music. A B and a C are only a half step apart. They don't have a black key in between them on a piano keyboard, for instance. Paintings on plaster are frescoes. Brief moments in brief are seconds. Certain salad veggies are, not sure. Units equal to roughly a quarter of a calorie. Oof, I don't know. Joules? That's a small unit of energy. I bet that's right. Bit of food for a hamster, a pellet that you'd feed it. Checkers move would be, what, a jump? Yeah, right. Because you jump over, I haven't played checkers in so many years, but you jump over enemy pieces to capture them, right? River through Kazakhstan, the Ural River. Product with a cakesters variety, right? Don't think I've ever consumed nor even seen an Oreo cakester, but that clearly is a variety of the official snack cookie of the New York Times crossword, the Oreo. So there we have it. Another way to clue this evergreen answer. Little more than would be mere. Troubadour, e.g., would be a poet, sort of a medieval poet in some contexts. Sports craze of the 2020s, as seen 3 times in this grid. No. Jam, mess, I don't know. Sports craze, I have no, of the 2020s, so it's current. Or at least, at the very least, recent. I don't know. Oh, I do know. It's pickleball, which I've never played, or even, I think, seen being played in person, but I definitely recognize it as being a modern thing. And you could be in a pickle, in a mess, in a jam, in what, a crunch or a fix or a spot, maybe? Set of notches in a dictionary. What do you call those? I don't know, but probably ends with an S. No, it doesn't. It ends with an X. Oh, index or something? A bind. Does that work? Thumb index. Yeah, that does work. Right. Okay, I didn't even... I'm not sure I'm familiar with the phrase thumb index, but that sounds right, and it would make sense. There's not just in a dictionary that you sort of... that mark, different letters alphabetically, and you use your thumb to browse through them. That seems plausible to me. And you could be in a bind, which I think is correct. So anyway, the TV's warrior princess is Xena, which helped me get that X. So things opened before passengers exit an aircraft. Cabin doors. Common fixtures over fireplaces. I have no idea. Neither's partner, neither this nor that. End of a municipal address. Gov, like .gov. Common fixtures over fire. Oh, I see. You might have a TV mounted over your fireplace. Okay. Case opener. I don't know. Best ever informally, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, which has become this phrase. It's bizarre how ubiquitous this phrase has become. People now saying things like goated and, goaty, just it's used constantly. Case opener. Argument. You might open your case in court with an argument, an opening argument. Holder of the NBA's career points record before LeBron passed him in 2023. I don't know. I mean, I might recognize the name when it goes in, but I don't know the answer. Relaxed, at ease. He's just not that into you. That's a film, I believe. I've not seen it, but I definitely remember it existing. Oh, Hakeem? Yeah, I do know this name, but I can't remember the full name. That's annoying, but at least I have heard of this player. Okay. Genre for Blackpink and Stray Kids. Oh no, am I wrong? Is this... Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry about that. Because this will be K-pop, won't it? Isn't Black... I don't even think I've heard of Stray Kids, but isn't Blackpink K-pop? Oh, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Sorry, I was thinking of a different... I think I was thinking of a completely different person. I wasn't getting this name wrong. I was actually thinking of a different player. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar must have been the holder of the NBA's career points record. Who's now an author. I think he writes novels in the world of Sherlock Holmes. International footwear retailer based in Quebec. Oh, is it Avia? Is that it? You've overstayed... No, it's not, because this is an L. You've overstayed your welcome. Please go. Figures on DraftKings or FanDuel. These are betting sites, aren't they? So they'd list the odds. And to put forward an argument, say, or a question would be to pose it. So Aldo is the international footwear retailer based in Quebec, okay? And then Warren Beatty film based on 10 Days That Shook the World. Reds. Right, I've never seen this film, actually, but I've heard of it. Okay. High place to view a high art. An opera box. You've got a high up, good vantage point to view the opera. Some. Not a few, no. Don't know. Blank Simpson, musical sister of Jessica. Oh, I'm sure I'll recognize this when it goes in, but I can't think. Certain salad veggies, cukes. Where Rudolph could first be seen in 2000 for short. Oh, SNL? Is it Maya Rudolph? Was she on that starting from 2000? I think that might be right. Cook outside? ? Sunbathe? Like you cook yourself, you sort of are baking in the sun. Lou Blank, Mambo No. 5 singer. Wow, I remember this song. Is it Lou Bega? I think his name might have been Lubega or something like that, and he split it up into two names, Lubega. I remember reading that on, it was probably Wikipedia or something at one point. I think I might be misremembering that, but I think it's something like that. Said angrily, he spat. He said something very in a venomous way. Speck in la Seine. So this is the river in France. So an île, an island, would be a little speck in it, I guess. Ingredient in some mouthwashes, the official medicinal plant of the New York Times crossword, aloe. And Thomas Hardy heroine, who's described as a pure woman, Tess. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Clay being of Jewish folklore. The golem. And wheel connectors are axles. Some would be not all. And then, Ashley Simpson, spelled in this slightly less common way. And then Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish holiday, and then command posts are helms. And there we go. That was the Thursday crossword. There we go. Nice theme, which took me a bit of time to understand, but eventually did. The sports craze of the 2020s is pickleball, as seen 3 times in this grid. Oh, right, because they're each in a ball. I didn't even pick up on that part. So we've got 3 synonyms for this sense of pickle, each of which located entirely within a ball. So we've got a jam, a mess, and a bind, each of which is a little sort of visual representation of our pickleball. And those help to connect the clues. Ninja Masters and Baja, Mexico. Times Square and James Spader. And finally, cap and doors and thumb index. Very nice. Good, solid Thursday theme. And let me know how you fared with this one, when you spotted what was going on, and how it treated you overall. I'm curious to know in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which is linked in the description field. A nice friendly chat community. Consider subscribing to the channel on YouTube if you've been enjoying these videos. Thanks to everybody who's done that. And I'll be back tomorrow to solve the Friday crossword, which will have we assume, no circled cells nor rebuses with many letters in a single cell. Just themeless solving. So yeah, come back for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.